love, light, and the intentional use of my talents while I'm down here on Earth. So that's kind of what I move with, and that's kind of what I want to leave to anyone that's listening. I want to leave that with people is we don't have forever. We don't. And I don't want your talents to go to the graveyard with you. I don't want your knowledge and that wealth of information that you accumulated to go to the graveyard with you. My grandpa, speaking of my couch, hold on. Clearly I got a lot going on my couch. I'm packing my children's books. I got this chain on my grandpa, man, and this is my main man right here. He lived to be 93 years old, and man, God blessed me with him for so many years. And when I tell y'all that, like, I would have these conversations with him, and I was like, man, I'm witnessing a living, breathing, uh, real life example of you know, how I would like to be when I get older, and I was like, dang, I just want to talk to him and pick his brain. And so what I started doing was recording our conversations. That's why I like doing interviews so much, because I have so many of me and my grandpa, we call him Papa, so many of his conversations and I recorded that I can refer back to them. And all that knowledge that I gained from him over time, I'm able to apply it, because he would be so disappointed in me if he told me all these life stories, how he and my grandmother, had to go through so much during their 66 years of marriage and being a black man in New Orleans in the South, born in 1930, just how much he had to endure and just so much, so much. But he would be disappointed if all I did was listen to him just for entertainment value. And that's what we don't want from everybody, is for us to just live in an era where we're just listening to wise men and charismatic speakers just for entertainment value and not doing anything with the knowledge. So, before he passed away, we had a moment that I'd cherish for the rest of my life. And we were in the hospital bed. He didn't have long to live. And I saw him cry for the first time in my life. Yeah, man, saw him cry. And he didn't cry because of any regret that he was feeling. He didn't cry because of being afraid of where he was going to go when he died. He cried because a well-known pastor in New Orleans who had come to visit my grandpa in the hospital was so blessed by my grandpa's words that he ended up scrapping his sermon at church the next Sunday and preaching about his encounter with my grandpa. And when I showed my grandpa the video on YouTube, he's in the hospital bed. He doesn't have long to live. And I said, Papa, I said, man, Father Tony ended up preaching about you and y'all conversation, this Sunday at church. And I showed it to my grandpa. And man, he was such a selfless leader who just did this from the purity of his heart and wanted to make this world better. He didn't want attention or fame for, him being the man that he was, that he started crying, man. And all he kept saying was, God, I'm not worthy. God, I'm not worthy. Because he felt like, if I'm doing this only to get known or to get attention, and if it's not from the purity of my heart, God, you're not going to honor it, And he just kept saying, like, God, I'm not worthy. Like, I don't want the fame. I don't need the attention that I'm getting in this moment. I just want the glory to go to you. Bro, I bust out crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bust out crying. And man, that's one of the best probably moments of my life, man. Just being able to like shed tears with my grandpa, not out of sadness, but out of humility and out of service from a pure place. So I've had a great example set for me, man. And, I just want to live up to it with the rest of my life,